Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I'm here with Paris Powell. He has just released his debut single called Window Pane, and I cannot wait to talk to him all about it. Paris, thank you so much for coming on today. How are you doing?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm doing really good. I'm glad to be back out in the world after being inside for so long.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy what kind of mental toll it is staying inside your bedroom all day.
Absolutely.
But I have a feeling that it led to you making music, if I'm guessing correctly here.
Absolutely. I made a ton of music during the lockdown.
Nice. Well, obviously that's what you're on to talk about today, so let's get right into it. The single is called Window Pane, and no joke, I know it's short, only about like 2 minutes or so, but it's one of the coolest, most complex songs that I've heard in a while, and I sincerely mean that. I
Awesome.
kind of want to know what was the inspiration behind it. Why'd you choose this one as the debut?
Like literally, I spent a lot of time staring out the window during COVID.
Mm,
And so that's where really a lot of the inspiration for this song just like came from, was just kind of daydreams of just staring out the window and trying to figure out what I want to get across to the listener with this song.
nice. Well, let's talk about the production side of things. Obviously, for the most part, it's a fairly instrumental track, and for those that haven't listened, definitely like on the electronic side. So, as far as the production goes, I have to assume that this is all you. Is that correct?
Yeah, everything is me. The sound design is me, the arrangement, all of it,
Nice.
except
So
for like
how, yeah, how do you like I've always been very curious about electronic music. I gotta be honest, like 99% of the people that I get to speak with are either in like a traditional, like four-piece band, or they're like an acoustic singer-songwriter. So excuse me
yeah.
if I pick your brain a little bit about the finer
No,
points.
absolutely. This is like my life, so I love talking
Nice.
about
All right, cool. Well, this is the place to talk then. So
it.
so how do you start? What type of software are you using? What are you watching YouTube videos to teach yourself? Like, what does the process entail for you?
Yeah, I use Ableton Live,
Okay,
and
familiar with it.
I started out actually at the beginning of the pandemic in March 2020. Is when I really started like teaching myself from YouTube videos for like throughout most of the year, and then I actually applied to Icon Collective, which is like a music school in LA for like a lot of electronic artists have come through there.
Nice.
So I've been studying there since January, and I've been just the rate I've been learning at is so much faster than when I was trying to teach myself.
That's awesome. Okay, so what does like a class schedule look like at an electronic music school? That's
um,
gotta be pretty out there.
yeah, it's pretty rigorous. I'm doing the online program,
Okay.
so it's kind of at your own pace.
Oh,
I'm supposed to do like about 2 units a week though, so I just go through and watch all the videos. Then I do like keys, like piano practice for a little bit, and then I have usually like a project to do each week.
nice.
So
It's
it's
pretty
pretty like
straightforward.
typical. Yeah, but
I think when it comes to that type of thing, especially when it's a hands-on approach, setting goals for yourself has to be a little bit difficult in the sense that like some people learn faster than others, especially when it comes to the production side.
absolutely. Everyone is like on their own schedule, like in
Right.
terms of their progression. And like a lot of people like feel like it's kind of a competition and like with other producers in the
Yeah.
electronic world. But I think it's for the most part pretty healthy. It just makes us more motivated and
Okay.
want to be better. But yeah, it's really like it's not a race. Like everyone takes their own time to learn because there's so much like to learn in
Oh, it's never
producing.
ending. It never
Yeah,
ends.
so it really is a never-ending journey.
Does it sort of feel at all like there's a community of people? Like if you had a question about something, or just like what are the levels like? Do you feel like you're on the same playing field as others?
Um, I mean, I definitely feel like ahead of some people, and then I
Okay.
feel light years away from people like professionals and stuff.
Wonder
So
why.
it's really hard to gauge like where I'm at, but I've I just see my own progress really, and I'm really happy with it and the work I've put in. I'm starting to like really see results now.
You should be. I mean, listen, the amount of courage and perseverance it takes to put out music at all, like no
Yeah.
matter if you think that you're talented or not, that's the biggest hurdle. And that's actually kind of what I wanted to talk about next. As this was your first single, what sort of gave you the drive to first off make something and let alone put it out for the world to hear?
For a long time during like the lockdown, I was asking myself like, what's going to be the first thing I put out? Like, and there was kind of there was a lot of stress around it.
Yeah.
But I just kind of started working on this song. Like, I like to start new ideas a lot, just keep starting new ones. And this idea just kind of hit and clicked really quickly at first. And like, I could just feel it like, this is my sound. This is what I want to put out.
That's
Like,
awesome.
but then it took probably another 8 months after that to finish the song and get everything to where it is now,
Wow.
just with
Okay.
mixing and mastering. And
Yeah,
like I wanted to go through the whole process of like releasing a song to just so I would know how to do it better in the future.
totally.
So it took a lot for this song specifically.
No, I don't doubt that for a second. It's a lot different when it's just like, all right, let's get the band in a room and you play this and you play that. But like, yeah, the whole electronic side is a whole nother world, and I don't think people fully understand that.
Yeah, I didn't either until like a couple of years ago. Like
Yeah,
I was like I knew a lot about like EDM and stuff,
sure.
but there was so much that I didn't know about. Like I used to think people were like playing the music on stage live when they were DJing. I like didn't really know like what DJing was fully and
Right.
stuff. So there's just it's a rabbit hole for sure.
And like considering that the electronic music world, it always feels like it's expanding. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like there's a million different subgenres. There's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. How would you classify your music? And before you answer that, I know it's tough because if like you say one thing and you make something else, people say, "Oh, well, he said he makes this." So
Yeah.
be as general as you want about it.
Yeah, overall branching, I would fall under dubstep.
Okay.
I really love dubstep too. Like when I go to make music, I just want to make dubstep. I try to make like other genres and stuff too because I love other stuff, but something about the technicality of dubstep just
Yeah.
like is so challenging and I just get like kind of obsessed with it.
I think the first step of making music is don't make music that you don't enjoy yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you're going to make something innovative, if you're going to make something that others enjoy within the genre, there's no better person to do it than an enjoyer of the music itself. So, like,
absolutely.
that's, yeah. And I think that's probably why it turned out so well. It's like, yeah, you're not going to send a painter to do a sculpture. So, come on.
Yeah.
So considering that this is your first single, and this is sort of the obvious question at this point, I assume and I hope that there's more on the way, at least in the somewhat distant future.
Oh, absolutely. I'm kind of working on finishing up at Icon. I've got 2 quarters left.
Nice.
So I think I'll probably have another release coming out probably like the first of 2022, January 1st,
Hell yeah.
around that area. So not too long, but it's really important to me to make sure that like everything I put out is at the same level as this current song or better.
Totally. I mean, yeah, if it's
So
gonna have your name on it, it better be good. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So, I don't blame you. Are you gonna be looking to experiment at all, or do you think that you found your specific sound?
I'm definitely gonna experiment in the dubstep genre and the subgenres. Like rhythm, future rhythm, if you're familiar with those.
I'm not.
Yeah, there are 2 new subgenres that are on the rise pretty quickly.
Okay,
And I'm really excited to work more with those genres because this song was more, I would label it more as experimental.
sure.
Like it doesn't follow kind of any like main trends in dubstep right now. Um, so I'm kind of more excited to like reel that sound in a little bit more and polish it and make it louder. more bass. No,
Can never have enough bass. It's impossible.
absolutely. So,
Yeah, and as far as inspirations go, obviously, I mean, just like electronic music, at least in today's day and age, it's not super old. You know what I mean? It's not like you
mhm.
can go back to like the 50s or 60s and say this was my favorite person. So, who did you sort of grow up listening to, and who have you taken inspiration from as you've made your own music?
I mean, first and foremost, Skrillex.
Hmm.
I actually started listening to him when he made like post-punk music
Hmm.
with his band From First to Last.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
I got to kind of see him transition over into Skrillex in real time, which was pretty inspiring for me, like as a kid. But
It's a
today,
massive change because I've listened to it all. Like, yeah, and you're listening to like pop punk, and you're like, wait, how did this go to this? But then you kind of connect the dots in a way. It's a weird transition
absolutely
for sure.
talk about like just like going to where the market is like going to be to
Oh yeah,
like evolving and adapting. Like that's just it's genius, really.
yeah, right place, right time situation, and then just kind of expanding on. Because I mean, I remember I think middle or sorry I think Skrillex really started to make a name for himself like when I was in middle school, early high school, and it was so out there at the time you couldn't help but talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even if you didn't
absolutely.
enjoy it, you were aware of it. But then
Yeah.
it really did spur a little bit of everything. So I'm
Mhm.
not surprised. Was there a specific album or even a specific song that you heard way back when that sort of just had such a lasting effect on you that you thought one day I'm gonna make music for myself?
Um, the first song that did that for me was Run by Alice in Wonderland.
Nice. Okay.
I mean, that was like the first, I feel like that was the first EDM song I heard too. Like, I had loved music before that and wanted to make it, but like once I heard that, like it kind of changed my perspective on music and what's out there. And that was like a big moment for me in my life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I want to know. Considering that you've just put out your first single, you've gone through the entire process of like imagination, the producing, the recording, the everything. Is there a single most important or just like favorite process of yours from start to finish?
Um, I would have to go with sound design and
Mm,
just like creating different sounds with synths like Serum and Vital. Like it's probably one of the, like the most fun things I've stumbled upon
yeah,
like since I was a kid that I just love like just diving into. Like I used to play video games a lot and
sure.
now I'm just like making music is like playing my video game. Like it just keeps my attention like so much better than video games do nowadays. So
I get that.
I really love sound design.
I think honestly, even you could name video game music as an inspiration. I don't
Oh,
think I don't
absolutely.
think people realize that like when they play video games and they get sucked into the game, half the battle is the music, like the
Yeah.
pumping you up, the emotions, just like drawing at little things here and there. And like I can't think of any off the top of my head, but like when you really think about it, that's a huge inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely. I still really love video games. So
Yeah.
I would really love to make music for games one day.
Yeah, that would be huge. So, all right, so hypothetically speaking, what does the next year of your life look like in terms of just you as a person, you releasing music, even maybe getting out there and playing shows if possible?
Yeah, 2022, I'm really gonna like now that I have like a Spotify presence and everything, I'm really gonna start like sending out my electronic press kit to like promoters and stuff and really start to try and get myself booked for shows.
Nice.
And then next year, I'll probably release a few more singles before releasing an EP or album.
Yeah.
But maybe by the end of next year, I'll probably have an EP on its way.
You know what, man, that's kind of just the way of the industry at this point. Everyone releases single after single after single, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like
Yeah.
it's the streaming culture, it's the culture of just like how people consume music at this point, getting on
Hmm.
playlists and this and that. So I don't blame you at all. But when an EP strikes and you get the feeling for like making a sort of all-encompassing message, then I think the world will be ready.
Absolutely.
Nice. All right, I've only got a few more questions for you at this point, but I
Cool.
want to know, we are two-thirds, over two-thirds of the way through 2021, which is crazy, and I can't believe I'm even saying that.
And
Aside from the music, how are you working on yourself as a person? Like, what are some personal goals that you've set for yourself, maybe at the beginning of the year, or something that you're just continuing to work on?
earlier this year, I finished a music business certificate online with NYU,
Nice.
and that and finishing Icon are like really like the two biggest ways I'm working on myself right now.
Hey, man.
Also saving money, trying to like
Yes.
just like we're like building a business, like things start to get a little overwhelming. So, just
Yeah.
having my finances in place for next year and everything, that's definitely how I'm working on myself at the moment.
That's
It's
awesome.
hard to
No,
save
man,
money.
there's no better way than to improve yourself than to further your education and actually learn the business side of it. I think so many people are just like, well, I'm gonna make music and then I'll figure it out. And it's like,
Yeah.
not anymore, not today. That is not how this
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, you gotta
Okay,
do it all.
so there have been so many incredible releases from major musicians, local musicians. I want you to take this time and take a second if you need it to maybe shout out anyone that you're working with or any local musicians or just what you're like generally enjoying at this point.
One of my favorite artists right now that have like really helped me grow into who I am as an artist is one of my icon classmates. Well, she's an alumni now. She goes by Pterodox, one
Okay,
word.
cool name.
She just released her first single as well, and it's amazing. She's an incredible DJ. She has inspired me to get to where I am right now. So
That's
that would
awesome.
be my biggest shout out.
Very cool. I'll make sure to check her out.
Yeah,
Well,
she's
I'm,
great.
I'm assuming she's on streaming services, so I'll just go there.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, Paris, my last question for you here is something that I like to ask as I wrap these up. I basically want to know for everyone, for the person that is going to discover you from this, and for the person that is going to listen to you for the first time, what is an opening message that you'd like to say to them?
Um, just anyone who believes in my vision and my art, and I just am so thankful for you. People who want to work with me, like I will work harder than anyone possibly can. I will go hard as I can. I love music so much. This is my whole life.
Amazing. If that isn't inspiring, then I don't know what is.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, Paris, thank you so much for your time. For everyone else out there, Window Pane is out. Check it out, listen to it. It's on all the streaming services, but more importantly, follow along with Paris because, I mean, from the sound of it, you've got a lot of big things coming at this point.
Yeah, and they're happening real soon too.
Very cool, man. Thank you so much again. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll definitely be talking soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome, man. Take care.
Have a good one.
See ya.